Welcome all. In today's video, we are going to discuss instruction set of 8051. Instruction set. Whenever we say computer instruction, it is consisting of a operation code, which is also called as a opcode, which is followed by either 0, 1 or 2 operands. Opcode identifies which type of operation to be performed, while operands identify the source and destination of the data. Before going to the instruction set, let us understand the format of instruction in 8051 microcontroller. In 8051 microcontroller, the instruction may be associated with one operand. In that case, the format is instruction followed by the operand. Sometimes the instruction may be associated with more than one operand. In that case, the format is instruction followed by the destination operand, source operand. Now, what are different operands in 8051 microcontroller? The possible operands are register A, which is also called as the accumulator, register B, and DPTR register, that is data pointer register. Or operand may be any register from R0 to R7. These are the registers from register bank. This group of registers are also referred as RN. Operand may be any address pointer register. In 8051, R0 and R1 are used as the address pointers, which are represented by using @sign. These two registers can be referred as a @RI in the instruction set. The operand may be direct memory address. This direct memory address is always associated with the internal RAM memory address of 8051. We know that a RAM memory address is having the range of 00H to the 7FH. Also, it can have the access to the address of SFR registers, which is having the range 80H to the FFH. So, direct address may be in between 00H to the FFH. And operand may be immediate data which is present in the instruction itself. Let us discuss what are different types of instructions in 8051 microcontroller. All the instructions of 8051 microcontroller are divided into 5 different functional groups. First one is data transfer instructions. Second one, arithmetic instructions. Third one, byte level logical instructions. Fourth, bit level logical instructions. And fifth one, program branching instructions. Let us discuss all these instruction types in detail one by one. First instruction type is data transfer instructions. Data transfer instructions can be used to transfer the data between source and destination location. It can be used for performing the stack related operations using push and pop instructions. There are total 7 data transfer instructions. First instruction is move. It performs the data transfer operations related to the internal RAM memory. Second instruction is move X. It performs the data transfer operations related to the external RAM. Move C related to the program memory. Push operation which stores the data onto the stack. Pop which retrieves the data from the stack memory. Exchange which exchange the data between source operand and destination operand. And exchange D which performs the exchange operation between the lower nibble of source and destination data. Let us discuss each of these instructions using the examples. First instruction is move instruction. Move instruction comes with the two operands. One is the destination operand, source operand. Now, this instruction performs the data transfer between source operand and destination operand. This instruction simply copy the data of source operand into the destination operand without affecting the data of the source operand. So, even though the name is move, it is actually copying the data from source into the destination. Now, depending upon the type of destination operand and source operand, there are different move instructions can be formed. Starting with the first move instruction, move a comma rn. In this instruction, accumulator is the destination and rn is the source. We know that rn means any register between r0 to r7. Whenever this instruction is executed, the data from register rn is copied into the accumulator. For example, suppose initially we are having the accumulator with the data 35H and register R2 with the data 25H. When we execute the instruction move a comma R2, the data from the source register R2 is copied into the accumulator register. So after the execution of this instruction, we will get the output with accumulator having the value 25H and register R2 whose value remains same. Next instruction is move a comma direct. In this case, direct is the memory address from which the data is copied into the accumulator. So whenever this instruction is executed, the data from direct memory address is copied into the accumulator. For example, if initially we are having the accumulator with the value 25H and we are having some address 28H, at this location we are having the value 35H. So this is the address, and at this address location we are having this value. So suppose if we execute the instruction move a comma 28H. Now we know that 28H is having the value 35H. So from this address the 35H value is copied into the accumulator. So after execution of this instruction, we'll get the accumulator with the value 35H. Now next move instruction is move a comma at the rate ri. Now we know that this is the address pointer. So whenever this instruction is executed, data from the address pointed by the register ri will be copied into the accumulator. Now we know that either register r0 or r1 can be used as an address pointer. So after the execution of this instruction, data from the address pointed by this address pointer will be copied into the accumulator. Let us take the example of this. Suppose initially accumulator is having the value 17H and register R1 is having the value 78H. Now if we take at the rate R1, this value of R1 is considered as an address. So let us assume that address 78H is having the value 36H. So if we take the instruction move a comma at the rate R1, this instruction treat R1 is pointing to the address. So suppose this is the address. From this address 36H is copied into the accumulator. So whenever this instruction is executed, we'll get the result with accumulator value 36H, which is copied from the address pointed by the R1. Next instruction is move a comma hash data. Here a immediate value is copied into the accumulator. For example, suppose accumulator is having 25H, we want to copy the immediate value 23H into the accumulator. So we have to execute the instruction move a comma hash 23H. The hash symbol indicates that this is the immediate value. So after the execution of this instruction, accumulator will get the value 23H. Next instruction is move rn comma a. Now here rn means any register r0 to r7. So this instruction will copy the data from accumulator to the register rn. Let us take the example of this. Suppose initially register R4 is having the value 35H and accumulator is having the value 25H. If we execute the instruction move R4 comma A, accumulator data is copied into the register R4. That means 25H is copied into the R4. Next is move Rn comma direct. This instruction will copy the data directly from the memory address to the register RN. For example, initially register R4 is having the value 25H and some address 45H is having the value 35H. So if you execute the instruction move R4, 45H, the data from the address 45H is copied into the R4. That means 35H is copied into the R4. Next instruction is move RN, hash data. This instruction will copy the immediate data into the register. For example, R6 is having the value 25H. If we execute move R6, hash 34H, the 34H is copied into the register R6. Next instruction is move direct, A. This instruction will copy the accumulator data directly into the memory address. For example, suppose address 30H is having the value 56H and accumulator is having the value 25H. So if we execute the instruction move 30H, A, here 30H is an address which is having the value 56. After the execution of this instruction, accumulator value is copied into the 30H. So we'll get the value at the address 30H, 25H from the accumulator. Next instruction is move direct, RN. This instruction will copy the data from the RN to the direct memory address. For example, suppose memory address 30H is having the value 56H and register R6 is having the value 25H. If we execute the instruction move 30H, R6, the data from the R6 is copied at the address location 30H. So this 56 will get updated with the value from the register R6. Next, move direct, @RI. This instruction will copy the data pointed by the register RI into the direct memory location. For example, suppose initially address 30H is having the value 25H and register R1 is pointing to the address 40H. At this address, we are having the value 26H. So if we execute the instruction move 30H, @R1, this will copy the data pointed by the R1 into the address location 30H. So this 26H is copied into the 30H address location. Next instruction is move direct, hash data. This instruction will copy the immediate data present in the instruction into the address location represented by direct. For example, suppose we are having the address 30H. At this address location, we have stored the value 25H. Now, if we want to modify this value with the new value 26H, we have to use the instruction move 30H, hash 26H. This instruction will copy the immediate value 26H at the address location 30H. Next instruction is move direct, direct. Here, both the source and destination operands are direct memory addresses. So whenever this instruction is executed, the data is copied from one memory location to the another memory location. For example, suppose we are having the address 30H. At this address location, we are having the value 25H. Another address 40H with the value stored 26H. If we execute the instruction move 30H, 40H, the value will be copied from the address location 40H at the address location 30H. After the execution of this instruction, we'll get the value 26 to be copied at this location. Similarly, we can have the instruction move @ri, a, where accumulator data is copied into the address location pointed by the register pointer @ri. Move @ri, direct, where data is copied from the direct memory location into the address pointed by the address pointer @ri. Next instruction move @ri, hash data, where immediate data is copied into the address location pointed by the register pointer. And last move instruction is move dptr, hash data, where direct data is copied into the dptr register, where this data is a 16-bit data, as our dptr register is a 16-bit register. This is about the move instruction. It is used to perform the data transfer operation related to the internal RAM memory. Now, if you observe all these instructions, we can group these instructions depending upon the type of destination operand and type of source operand. For example, if you observe these first 4 instructions are having destination operand as a accumulator, and source operand may be registers R0 to R7, direct memory address, indirect memory address pointed by the register pointer @R0 or R1, and immediate data. Similarly, we can have a next group of move instructions where register Rn is the destination and accumulator, direct memory address, and immediate data are the source operand. Always remember that the data transfer between the registers Rn and @ri is not possible. Also, the data transfer within the registers of Rn, that means any registers R0 to R7, we cannot transfer the data among these registers. So these two are not allowed in a 8051 microcontroller. Next group of move instructions is where direct memory address is a destination and accumulator Rn @ri, direct immediate data, and direct memory address are the source operand. Next group of move instructions where @ri is the destination operand, and last category where we can transfer the data to the dptr register. Next data transfer instruction is move x. In this instruction, x indicates that this instruction is related to the data transfer of external memory. This instruction also has two operands, destination operand and source operand. We know that 8051 can have an external memory of 64 kilobytes, which is having the address range from 4 times 0h to the 4 times fh. Now, whenever MOVEX instruction is used to read the data from external memory or write the data to the external memory, the address pointers are used, either @dptr or @ri. When we use @ri to point the address, it can point to the address locations from 00h to the FFH, as registers are 8-bit. To point all the address locations of external memory, we have to use dptr as an address pointer. Now, let's see the MOVEX instructions. The first instruction is MOVEX a, @ri. Now, in this instruction, accumulator is a destination operand and @ri is a source operand. @ri will point to the address location of external memory, from which it will fetch the data and copy it into the accumulator. So from external memory, data will be taken by the address pointer and copied into the internal memory into the accumulator. Second instruction is MOVEX a, @dptr. This instruction will read the data pointed by the dptr from the external memory and copy it into the accumulator. These two instructions are used to reading the data from the external memory. Similarly, we will have the instructions to write the data into the external memory. MOVEX @ri, a. the data from the internal memory stored into the accumulator is copied into the external memory pointed by the @ri and move x @dptr, accumulator. Accumulator data is copied into the external memory pointed by the dptr pointer. Next data transfer instruction is move C instruction. In this instruction, C indicates that it is related to the code memory. In 8051, code or program memory is our ROM memory. So this instruction will copy the data from ROM memory into the accumulator. So whenever we perform the operation of move C, it always copy the data byte from ROM memory into the accumulator. That means accumulator is always destination in this instruction. Let us take the first instruction, move C a plus dptr. Now in this instruction, a plus dptr will form an address, and from that address the data is copied into the accumulator. For example, suppose a is having the value 07h and dptr is having the value 1234h. Whenever we execute this instruction, move C a plus dptr, microcontroller will form the address by adding the data in accumulator and dptr. After addition of this, suppose we have got the value 123bh. Microcontroller assume this as the address, and from this address, whatever the value is copied into the accumulator. Similarly, the second move C instruction consisting of program counter instead of dptr. So it will work same way as that of the previous instruction. A plus PC will form an address, and from that address the data is copied into the accumulator. For example, if we are having the accumulator with 07h and program counter with the value 1234h, whenever we execute this instruction, the values from accumulator and program counter are added, and whatever the new value we have got from that address location, the data is copied into the accumulator. So this is about the move C instruction. Next data transfer instruction is the exchange instruction. This instruction will exchange the data between source operand and destination operand. In this instruction, destination operand is always an accumulator. So we can say that it exchanges the data between accumulator and source operand. For example, let us take the first instruction, exchange a, rn. Whenever this instruction is executed, it will exchange the data between accumulator and register rn. For example, suppose we are having the accumulator with the value 35h and register R2 with the value 25h. Whenever we execute the instruction exchange a, R2, the contents of accumulator and R2 gets exchanged. That means accumulator will get the value 25h and R2 will get the value 35h. Next instruction is exchange a, direct. This instruction will exchange the contents of accumulator with the contents of direct memory address mentioned in the instruction itself. For example, suppose we are having the accumulator with the value 35h and some address location 20h is having the value 25h. So if we execute the instruction exchange a, 20h, this instruction will exchange the contents of accumulator with the content present at the address location 20h and will get the value of accumulator with the 25h, and address location 20h will get the value of accumulator, that is 35h. Next instruction is exchange a, @ri. This instruction will exchange the data from the accumulator with the data present at the address pointed by the address pointer. For example, if we are having the accumulator with the value 33h and our register R1 is pointing to the address 20h. At this address location, if we are having the value 25h, if we execute the instruction exchange a, @r1, this instruction will exchange the data of accumulator with the value pointed by the register pointer R1, that is nothing but 25. So value of accumulator will get exchanged with this value 25H. Next instruction is exchange D. In this instruction, D indicates that it will exchange only the digit data, that is the lower digit of accumulator with the lower digit of data pointed by this address pointer. For example, if we are having the accumulator with the value 33H and if our register R1 is pointing to the address 20H, at this address location, if we are having the value 25H, if we execute the instruction exchange D a comma at the rate R1, this instruction will exchange the lower digit of accumulator with the lower digit of data pointed by this address pointer. That means lower 3 of accumulator will get exchanged with the lower digit 5 of this data. Next data transfer instructions are push and pop instructions. These are stack memory related instructions. Stack is some section of area on a RAM memory where 8051 stores the data. To access the stack memory location, one register is used which is called as a stack pointer register. After microcontroller has been reset, the stack pointer is initialized to the 07H. Push operation is used to store the data onto the stack, whereas pop operation is used to retrieve the data back from the stack memory. Let us understand these instructions with the help of examples. First, push instruction, which is used to store the data on a stack. Let us assume that this is the stack memory having the address starting from 07H to some address location 0CH. We have seen that stack pointer is initialized to the 07H after the microcontroller has been reset. Let us take the example. Suppose initially we store the value 20H into the R1 register, 25H into the R2 register, and 37H into the R3 register. If we execute the push instruction, push R1, this instruction will push the data of R1 register onto the stack memory. But whenever this instruction is executed, first of all, the value of stack pointer will be incremented by 1. That means stack pointer will point to the next memory location. In this case, it will point to the 08 location, and the value of R1 register is stored at the address location pointed by the stack pointer. That means 08H. If we execute the next push instruction, push R2, again stack pointer will be incremented by 1 and value of R2 is stored on a address location pointed by the stack pointer. Push R3, increment the stack pointer and store the value of R3 onto the stack memory. In this way, every time we call the push operation, the stack pointer will point to the next memory location and the contents of register get stored at the location pointed by the stack pointer. Next instruction is pop instruction, which retrieves the data from the stack memory. Suppose this is the initial status of stack memory. Stack pointer is pointing to the last element on a stack, that is 0AH. Now, if we execute the pop instruction, pop R5. After execution of this instruction, the topmost element which is pointed by the stack pointer will be popped out and stored on a register R5. Every time the element is popped out, the stack pointer is decremented by 1. Similarly, if we execute the next pop instruction, pop R6, again, next topmost element of the stack memory is popped out and stored on a R6 register, and value of stack pointer is decremented by 1. So in this way, for every pop operation, the topmost element will get retrieved and stored into the register location, and stack pointer will be decremented by 1.